Hey guys, Graham here from therecordingrevolution.com with another 5 minutes to a better mix. We're looking at 31 mixing tip tutorials in 31 days, all with the goal of helping you actually go out in the real world and mix music that sounds better than previous. And so hopefully you actually use these tips, take them, and implement them. That's the goal. And today's is a really helpful one. Again, you know me, it may sound simple, but that doesn't mean it doesn't work like a charm, and that is to use reverb as glue for your mix. Now, when I mention reverb, a lot of different things might come to mind. What I want to use reverb for today is as a glue, something to gel my tracks together, something to give them a sameness, a sense of unity that perhaps they don't have. This is very helpful because a lot of you guys are recording in your home in a small project studio. So you don't have a nice big sounding room to record in. And what that means is your drums might be tracked in obviously the biggest space you have. That might be a living room, that might be a warehouse, that might be your bedroom. I'm not sure. Your vocals will probably be tracked in a corner or a closet somewhere with some clothes hanging up to deaden things. Your guitars might be direct, or you might mic up an amp in your bedroom. Your bass might be direct. Your acoustic might just be recorded and mic'd up in your room. The point is that all of these things might be recorded in separate spaces, or even if in the same space, one at a time, so it's separate times. And what your job as a mixer is to take all of these tracks that we have and make them somehow play together and look and sound like a cohesive performance, not a collection of randomly recorded pieces of audio. So one way to do that really easily is to take one general reverb and route almost all of your tracks through it. Not to say you won't have maybe additional reverbs, but one simple, safe reverb that will give your tracks a sense of space, not drown them, not make them sound overly wet unless that's the style you choose, but something that will glue them together. And here's how you can do it really quickly. I just want to show you an example of one that I used. We recorded a bunch of tracks, and even though the majority of the tracks were actually recorded in the same room live, I've got an amp down the hall, and I've got a bass that's direct, and I got my face shoved up on a mic because I'm recording with a band, and then there's a drum kit, and it wasn't a good sounding room, and there's all these issues. I decided to take a nice plate reverb, so just a simple medium plate, which is a good starting point. Grab a plate reverb and experiment with that, and send a lot of my tracks to it. Everywhere along here where you see verb, these are sends in Pro Tools being sent to the exact same, reverb that I just opened up. So it looks like I've got vocals sent to the verb. I've got a vibraphone sent to the verb, a string patch, sleigh bells, kick drum, overhead, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, all sorts of tracks being sent to the same reverb. Take a listen to what this sounds like, and let's take the reverb away. No reverb. Silent night, holy night, the Son of God loves pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. See, when I kill the reverb, obviously it gets really dry, really intimate, but it seems to make the tracks disjointed. I like the sound of a little bit of reverb pulling everything from the left, from the right, and the center all together and giving it a subtle sense of space, and this one medium plate reverb does it. This isn't really anything earth-shattering other than consider having a nice glue reverb available that you're not just using on the drums, because I understand that good reverb on drums can really give them a sense of space. But why not apply that to your whole mix? It's the quickest way to take a home recorded track and give it some cohesion and give it some unity and some kind of a vibe to it. Even a subtle reverb will go a long way if you start routing almost everything to it, because then what gets blended to your master fade or to your mix bus is something that all these tracks have in common. They have this small sense of space in common, and that's a quick way to get things to gel together, because that's what we're all trying to do, is get them to gel. So try a glue reverb on your next mix. Experiment with the right reverb setting, and I wouldn't be surprised if you found something that will subtly give it an edge over what maybe you were previously doing. Hope that helps you guys. Again, this is Graham at therecordingrevolution.com. Thanks for catching 5 minutes to a better mix. Hopefully we'll see you on another video.